Before you scroll past, imagine this. A crowded restaurant goes silent after a boss screams, "Pick that up right now." At a trembling waitress, and seconds later, she says one sentence that changes every life in the room. Stay with me until the end, because this story will hit closer to home than you expect. And if stories like this move you, inspire you, or remind you you're not alone, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps us bring you more stories that matter. The dinner rush had swallowed the restaurant whole. Plates clattered, forks scraped, and voices blended into that familiar noisy comfort people expect when they go out to eat. The place wasn't fancy, but it was popular. Warm lighting, crowded tables, the smell of grilled food and coffee in the air. People came here to relax, to celebrate birthdays, to forget long days. No one noticed the young waitress at first. Her name was Lily, and she moved carefully between tables, balancing too much on one small tray, the way she always did. Lily had learned to move like that, carefully, quietly. She had learned it long before this job. Growing up, she learned how not to take up space, how to apologize before anyone asked her to, how to smile even when her chest felt tight. This job wasn't her dream. It was survival, rent, groceries, her younger brother's school supplies. Every shift mattered. Her boss, Marcus, stood near the counter watching everything with sharp eyes. He was the kind of manager who believed fear was the same thing as respect. He liked control. He liked being seen as the loudest voice in the room. Tonight, he was already in a bad mood. A customer had complained. The kitchen was behind. And when Marcus was stressed, someone else always paid for it. Lily stepped around a chair just as a child darted backward. The tray tipped. A plate slipped. It hit the floor with a crash that cut through the restaurant noise like a knife. The room froze. The plate shattered. Food splattered. Lily's breath caught in her throat. Her face burned as every eye turned toward her. Before she could even bend down, Marcus's voice exploded across the room. "Pick that up right now." The words were loud, sharp, angry. Conversation stopped. Forks paused midair. Lily flinched. Her hands shook as she crouched, trying to gather the broken pieces, her cheeks wet before she realized she was crying. Marcus kept going. He stepped closer, his shadow falling over her. He didn't lower his voice. He wanted everyone to hear. "This is what happens when you're careless," he snapped. "Do you have any idea how much that costs? People are watching you. Do your job." Lily's fingers bled slightly where a shard nicked her skin, but she didn't notice. What hurt more was the familiar feeling rising in her chest. That old, heavy feeling of being small. Of being powerless. Of being spoken to like she didn't matter. Something inside her cracked. She stood up slowly. The restaurant was silent now. You could hear the hum of the lights. Marcus opened his mouth to continue, but Lily spoke first. Her voice was quiet, but it didn't shake. "I will clean it," she said. "But you don't get to talk to me like that anymore." Marcus laughed, short and sharp. "Excuse me." Lily looked around the room. At the families, the couples, the tired faces that looked just like hers felt most days. And then she said the words that changed everything. "I'm a human being, not your punching bag." You could feel it, the shift, the way the air seemed to move. No one reached for their food. No one spoke. Marcus's face turned red. "If you don't like it, you can leave," he barked. Lily nodded, slowly, calmly. "I will," she said. But not quietly. She took off her apron and placed it on the table. Beside the broken plate, her hands were steady now. Strong. "You yell at me for a mistake," she continued, her voice carrying across the room, "but you don't see the nights I work doubles, the smiles I fake, the way I stand on my feet until they ache just so I can make rent. You don't see the people who cry in their cars before coming in here because they're scared of being treated like this." A woman near the window covered her mouth. A man at the counter lowered his eyes. Lily went on. "And I know I'm not the only one." Marcus tried to interrupt her, but a customer stood up. "That's enough," the man said firmly, turning to Marcus. "She's right." Another voice joined in. Then another. "You don't talk to people like that. She made a mistake." "So what? My daughter works in a place like this." The noise grew, not chaotic, but united. Marcus looked around, stunned. For the first time all night, he had nothing to say. Lily picked up her bag and walked toward the door. Before she reached it, a woman stopped her. She pressed some cash into Lily's hand. "For your courage," she said softly. Others followed. Words of encouragement, apologies, thank yous. Lily stepped outside into the cool night air, her heart pounding. She didn't know what would happen next. She only knew she had finally stood up for herself. The next day, something unexpected happened. A video of the incident, filmed by a customer, spread online. Millions watched. People shared their own stories. Former employees came forward. Within a week, the restaurant was under investigation. Marcus was gone. Lily got messages from strangers telling her she was brave. That she said what they never could. She found a new job. A better one, with people who treated her like she mattered. But more than that, Lily learned something she carried with her everywhere she went. Your voice matters, even when it's quiet, even when your knees shake, even when the whole room is watching. And sometimes, the moment you think you're being humiliated, is actually the moment you finally rise. If this story moved you, reminded you of your own worth, or gave you courage to speak up, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. You never know who needs to hear a story like this today.